So if you are non-compliant, then we do have to flag you up.
Well, would I be able to call my lawyer then before we make a determination?
I will not be speaking with your lawyer.
No, I'm calling my lawyer.
Okay.
You know what? I don't give a shit. I'm gonna go to a COVID jail. I was told that the locks had been removed from the doors. Did you hear that?
I'm sorry?
The locks have been removed from the doors.
Walks.
Locks, like deadbolts.
Not really.
So that hasn't been the case here?
No.
Okay. So I'm standing in the Calgary airport and there's absolutely nobody. I told them that I don't want to take an invasive test because I know I have a right to a non-invasive test. And public health, Justin Trudeau's lackeys, they just left. They fled when I called my lawyer. They just disappeared. Watch this.
So this is who you would ask the questions to.
Great.
Hello.
Hi.
Sorry for public health.
Great. Just the people I wanted to talk to. I've been told that I have to get a test.
Yep.
And I understand the Quarantine Act says that I can refuse a foreign object being put in my body. It's section 14.1 of the Quarantine Act, screening technology. It says any qualified person authorized by the minister may, to determine whether a traveler has a communicable disease or symptoms of one, use any screening technology authorized by the minister that does not involve the entry into the traveler's body of any instrument other foreign body. So I would like to not
do the test?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
That's your prerogative. We put it out to local law enforcement to see if they're going to take any action for non-compliance. That we put that in their hands.
Sure.
All we do is just then flag you as being non-compliant with the current laws that are in place, but we are in no way able to force anything like you said that's into your body. We
But that's
never will be able to do that.
But that's the law. So why would law enforcement be able to penalize me for following the law and practicing my rights to not accept this?
Well, because this is a public health emergency order put in place that to protect the public health, we are testing all international travelers.
It says you have the right to do that. You just don't have the right to do it with an object going into my body. If there's any, way to.
Currently, we don't have any non-invasive tests.
Okay. You don't have any non-invasive tests?
No.
That's not my problem.
So I don't know what else I can say to you. You've read the Quarantine Act.
Yeah.
And if you've read the Quarantine Act, you are also aware of the enforcement actions that can be taken in non-compliance issues. So really your actions are in your hands. And whatever you do decide to do, we just follow up as per our operations. So if you are non-compliant, then we do have to flag you up.
Well, would I be able to call my lawyer then before we make a determination?
I will not be speaking with your lawyer.
No, I'm calling my lawyer.
Okay.
So now I'm standing here just waiting. I mean, I don't want to break a law. I've told them this time and time again. I don't want to break any laws. I want to go to the quarantine hotel. I just don't want to take a test that goes in my body. Justin Trudeau doesn't get to determine what goes in Keean Bexte's body. He doesn't get to determine what goes in your body. It's just a fundamental right of ours. And the law even says it. And they just are not prepared for any sort of alternative test. Yeah. I've been told that in Toronto there's a gargle test that I could take.
It's not here.
It's not here.
No.
Why? That seems like.
Objected to it probably.
Yeah.
Otherwise they could have thought of it.
Nobody objected.
Yeah.
I just, the public health just left, right? Like they just disappeared. I would like to talk to someone who can tell me what my rights are. And it doesn't seem like the nurse, you're a nurse, right? So that's not your job.
We're not with the government, so we have no idea.
Yeah.
Possibly.
DHEC
would be the ones that we call, so you've already talked to them.
The point of this was for me to go to a quarantine hotel. Frankly, that's why I went to Florida. I went to Florida so that I could come back and see the conditions that Canadians are being forced to live in. They're being sexually assaulted in these prison camps that Justin Trudeau has set up. We've been looking into them for a long time. We've been reporting on them, and Justin Trudeau's CBC has been telling us that it's a conspiracy, that they don't exist. We know they exist, and I want to go to one I want to see what's inside of it. I want to see the conditions people are living in. I want to see what Justin Trudeau's doing to Canadians, their rights that are being violated, probably, I'm assuming, the just atrocious food that they're eating. I want to see if there's locks on the doors. You know what? I don't give a shit. I'm going to go to a COVID jail. I'm going to check in. I paid for it. It costs an insane amount of money. If you want to help with that, it's at nocovidjails.com. I'm going to go there and see what's happening. I'm going to go check in. I'm going to document the whole thing. And what are they going to say? No, don't come to the hotel. I paid for it. I'm going. I'm leaving the airport. We're going to see what's going to happen. Hi. Just checking in. Sorry?
Can I help you?
Yes, I have a room.
Keean?
Yeah. This is the quarantine
Okay.
place, right?
You will be assisted over here, sir. Yeah, by Omcar.
But
Omcar!
Yes.
I have someone checking in doing isolation.
I can help you here.
is this form for you guys or for the government?
For us.
February 28th, eh?
Yep.
So I can't go to the hot tub?
But you get 4 fresh air breaks. You can
4
schedule-
fresh air breaks.
Yes.
Four
you can
fresh
just
air
co-
breaks.
Just call the front desk and schedule a time with them
Per day.
per day. Yeah.
80, I call someone?
Yes. So that you can place an order for the snack and for the dinner for tonight.
Okay.
And they will also take your order for next day breakfast.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, it's a strange situations these days.
It's not your fault, it's Justin Trudeau's fault. Thinking he can put Canadians in jails. This is basically jail.
Yeah, it sounds like that, but we'll treat you in a
Oh, I'm sure he will, but I should be allowed to go home, see my partner, and I was told that the locks had been removed from the doors. Did you hear that?
I'm sorry?
The locks have been removed from the doors.
Walks.
Locks, like deadbolts.
Not really.
So that hasn't been the case here.
No.
Okay.
When you enter, one key has to go inside the slot here,
Okay.
and it stays here for the lights.
Sure. Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
The risks of me being in this hotel are greater, with me being here than if I just went home. These hotels should be closed down, and actually the Conservative opposition has called for a suspension of this program. I don't know why they didn't just call for an abolition of the whole thing, because this is a joke. This is dangerous for women who are traveling, who are being sexually assaulted in their hotel rooms. It's dangerous for everyone. I have my own issue now. My bags were lost, and in it was my prescription medication, my toothbrush, and all of the rest of my clothes. Now, some people are going to say, why weren't you traveling with that in your carry-on? Well, it's because I have other equipment and I have a job to do. Right when I hit the ground, I needed to be ready and traveling light. So that's why it was in my luggage, and it was lost. And I think other people could be in this situation too. Now, in my case, this medication prevents me from developing cancer. It's a prevention medication, and I need to take it. And Justin Trudeau is stopping me from doing that because I can't get a hold of anyone right now. I've called a few times just in me being in this hotel room. Can't get to the front desk. There's a lot going on here, and we're going to digest it all and put it into more videos. You can see them all at nocovidjails.com. If you want to help me out with the cost of this, I have, for example, an internet router that I brought with me. It costs $300 just for the month so that I can be sure I have internet. The Wi-Fi here is terrible. I've tested it out, and I'm glad I brought that. The hotel cost me about $1,000. It cost other people more, just $1,000 for me. If you can help me out with those costs, because of course we're here not to enjoy the gulag, we're here to get the inside scoop of what's going on so that we can show travelers who are coming to Canada or even just Canadians who are interested in knowing what is going on in their own country, what is happening. So go to No COVID Jails if you want to see more of this story and help out. Thanks so much for tuning in, and stay tuned, please. Hey, thanks so much for tuning into our coverage here at Rebel News. Like I said, please go to nocovidjails.com. Check out all of our coverage on this file, and if you can help us out, it would go a long ways.